Phil.
Stick to the names, the pseudonyms. Should we have pseudonyms?
We're like superheroes, Phil. We have pseudonyms.
We're like bandits or outlaws on the open plains of the internet.
Precisely, old chum.
Look over that ridge.
Holy oatmeal, Batman. Yes, Robin.
Why do you make Batman sound like he's jacking off or something?
I don't know. It's just the way I do Adam West. Always sounds like he's struggling.
Sounds like he has Parkinson's and he's about to come.
Perhaps. I remember the time I saw Lee Merriweather eat Frank Gorshin's ass, and John Aston was on the set blowing Burt Ward. Burt Ward had a huge penis. Yeah, we're live. Telling Adam West stories.
You know what
Adam West died today, actually.
Shut up.
No, he didn't.
Fuck you.
Good old fucking Adam West.
There's a bunch of people out there like, huh?
Adam West died today.
Getting their phones out, type. Snopes, it's not true.
On this date, 5 years ago. I love that old Batman show.
Right?
It always had the best, like, between Vincent Price and, like, Cesar Romero.
Oh.
Like, all those people were fucking... All the Catwomen.
Right.
I thought one was hotter than the next. That was probably my first, like, sexual fantasy when I was a kid. Was
Right.
to have all three of the Catwomen kind of, like, blow me at the same time.
All making out around your cock.
Yeah, as, like, a 6-year-old.
Geometric figures.
Yeah, I thought that would be great.
I think that would be great today. But
I was glad when in my 30s or 20s they made a Batman porn. You ever see that?
No?
Dude, they made an XXX version of Batman.
And is it fantastic?
Yeah, Randy Spears plays the Joker. It's great.
It's sad that you know the actor's name, but okay.
Oh yeah, I was all in with that. As soon as I saw the trailer, and somebody put it on YouTube, you could find it as just it's all the porn cut out of it, and it's just
Right.
the plot of. It's like the first episode of Batman, basically. Like they shot the pilot, kind of, or something.
So his parents get killed, and then he gets Randy with Mrs. Joker?
No, it's like the '60s Batman.
Oh, okay. So it's Randy already.
It's like, yeah, it's a total just remake of the '60s Batman, like down to like the mannerisms and like Aunt Harriet is in it. She doesn't suck any cock, but
That must be weirdly entertaining.
dude, they're all weirdly entertaining.
Yeah, good point.
Saved by the Bell.
I never saw that one
They
either.
make so many ridiculous porn parodies. I don't even watch the porn version. I just watch.
I did see a little Scooby-Doo one, but that was a little disturbing.
I just like to see how pornographic actors really do love the material that they're working with when it's something like Batman or Saved by the Bell or
Right.
Who's the Boss. Like they really have a good respect for the source material. It gets a little weird when they start fucking, but I really respect their amount of respect for the wardrobes
Right.
and the sets.
Does he start out with Mona? Or
They really care.
Mona?
Angela, Samantha.
Does the Tony
Did
Danza
you ever
character-
watch his show?
No. I mean, I watched that show.
No,
yeah.
not that show. He had the Tony Danza show.
Oh, God. That must have been awful.
It was an extravaganza.
Oh, God.
He had that.
Shut up.
I swear to God, that was one of the games, and there was like the pachinko game where you have to drop the
Yeah.
thing on. What is it? What's that game show where you guess the prices on shit?
The Price is Right.
Price is Right.
I actually went to one of the last ones where Bob Barker was still doing it.
You went to that?
I did. I tried to get on, but I didn't get on. But I was on TV for like a minute or something.
Yeah.
Because they had the bitch there, and I was like in the back, and I was like, "Hey, I'm in the room."
Did you see him sexually harass anybody?
No, but he did talk about his pets, and he was a very nice guy.
He wasn't, or he was?
He was.
Oh, yeah, I would expect him
But
to
we
be.
camped out all night on the streets of LA with a bunch of Price's Right heads, and ate sandwiches and drank booze, and it was actually a really good time.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome actually.
I don't think I've ever been to like a game show before.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever see any other ones?
No.
I was hoping
on
you were gonna say, I went to Jeopardy when Trebek had a mustache.
I was on Channel 9 when I was like 11 years old.
For what?
I don't know. They just took a bunch of kids from our elementary school and had us talk about what we wanted to be in the future and shit like that.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I had that happen too. For some reason, they profiled my mom. I think again on Channel 9.
Really?
Yeah, it was during like a presidential election when Perot was running.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that age, I was a really big fan of Perot. And every time the cameras were on me, all I would do was talk about fucking Ross Perot. And I think he should be president. It was like my first like punk rock moment.
If I was an adult and you were a kid at that age, I would have slapped you.
Oh, it was great. I just thought it was because it just aggravated everybody.
Right.
Yeah, it was just the best. I was very pro Perot.
I'm starting to see a theme throughout your life.
Oh yeah, I just love breaking balls. But yeah, they profiled us. I have the tape somewhere
Okay.
in my grandmother's basement.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should dig that up.
Yeah, I should, and get a VHS player, as the kids call it. Do you have a VHS player? You mean a VCR, you fuck? A VHS player?
What do you do with this thing? Trying to eat it?
Yeah, kids don't know about that shit
No
today.
idea.
Like, what the fuck is this? It's a record player.
Right.
These are records. It's music.
But when I was their age, I knew what old shit was. People told me what old shit was, but they have no fucking clue today. It's like some big mystery. They never saw a record before.
They never had to think about it because it was always in, oh, you want this song? Okay, here you go. Like,
Fuck.
there's no,
Everything's handed to you.
yeah, there's no chase. I remember you had to go to the record store.
Hell yeah, it was an
That's-
adventure.
That's when
I
I
still go to the record store. Fuck that.
That's when I first met the illustrious Bob Clash.
Ooh.
You know Bob Clash from the Clash
Owner of the
Bar?
Clash Bar, yeah. Who's made me several drinks
He
over the course of many
used
years.
to own a record store in Montclair
Mm-hmm.
called Let It Rock.
No shit. I know Let It Rock. I didn't know he owned it, though.
My favorite memory as a kid is going in there. My friend and I went to the ATM.
Mm-hmm.
He took out money. He
Mhm.
left his card in the ATM, and we just went away. And he forgot. We got all the way to Montclair, and he had like $100 in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And he realized he left his card in the ATM, but he said, "Fuck it, it's already gone." Like,
Mm-hmm.
so he called the bank, canceled it, whatever. The machine ended up eating it.
Fuck.
Because I think when you drive away, the machine, if it's still in there, will just take it.
Fuck.
Well, it was good because nobody stole his shit. We took his last $100 and bought a fucking Joe Strummer record at Let It
Nice.
Rock.
Nice.
And Bob, loved the guy, but was a scary like store owner when I was a kid. Like, he was just very intimidating. And we would like walk in there, and he'd kind of just like eyeball us, like make like a Glenn Danzig like narrowing the eyes face. And I remember asking him like, "Oh hey man, can I see the stickers?" And he'd be like, I like pull out the stickers, like plop the big fucking book on the counter, like, "Hey, can I have this Descendant sticker?" He'd like get down all kind of annoyed and get the stickers. And then I heard he opened a music venue, so I was really excited
Right.
because that's just the perfect guy to work the bar at a music venue.
He's got his little vest and his 70s punk rock hair.
Dude,
and
he's the man.
He is the man.
Did you see him perform?
I haven't seen him before.
There's a video.
He's a cool dude, though.
There's a video on this YouTube channel, youtube.com/Plan10Studios.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless, super shameless plug. And I'll transition to the live sign now.
Wow.
Yeah, Bob Clash performs a Creedence Clearwater song and a Bo Diddley song at the Clash Bar, and he's playing like tambourines and fucking harmonicas
What?
and singing.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's the shit.
He is the shit. Very
Yeah.
talented man.
He's the fucking man. That's why I think that's why he's like so kind of just chill, because he knows like I could bust this out whenever the fuck I want. Like, you people have to fucking really try. Like,
Right.
he's the man.
He is the man. He's like the Willy Wonka of the Clash Bar.
I miss working there, but I just don't have the time for it anymore. Like running the sound and shit. It It's a fun place to be, though.
Hell yeah, I love the Clash Bar. Another shameless plug.
It's the best shameless plug. It's not shameless.
In Clifton, y'all. Check it out.
I'm shamed about it.
Good.
So what's going on with you, Philip?
What's going on with me is, let's see. Had a couple of dates that didn't work out. I've been making beautiful love to a couple of chocolate ladies every week.
Nice.
That's been enjoyable. Not at the same time. One of them is like a 1 week kind of regular date thing, but she doesn't have a lot of time. But it's nice. And it's like a little getaway, I guess, from the world. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes we think too much on it. I think in like relationships, especially women are always looking at the end goal. What's the goal? I want to get married. I want to do this. I want to have someone to travel with. Some woman told me she wants a companion, and I thought, you want a dog? Is that what you... A companion?
I hope you said, I want you to suck my dick for the next 15 minutes and then leave.
Those exact words. How did you know? I didn't say that. I found out I have a good dick. That was good. 3 women have confirmed this. So...
we should put up a
good
whiteboard.
Head, good shaft.
We should put up a whiteboard with a tally. Good, and then another one that says bad. And if anyone says, bad, we just tally there. Keep asking.
So one gal...
So you have a good shaft. How's your taint, Philip?
My taint is good. It's average, maybe above average taint.
Do you have a disgruntled grundle?
I wash it regularly.
Oh, good. So it's not disgruntled.
It's not disgruntled.
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 You should make a t-shirt that says disgruntled.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
That'll be a big seller.
So what else?
Oh, so one gal, Mickey, gave me free reign to talk about whatever I wanted on the podcast. So, did I tell you about this girl? I met this girl at a bar. We were talking on the OkCupid. Shows up very sweet, very soft-spoken, very shy. This, that, and the other thing. We hit it off. I warm her up.
Speak of this.
She
Wonderful
feels really
young
comfortable with me and stuff like that. The next day we had, she comes over and, she's got her little glasses and she's like a kind of a secretary girl for the VA and very demure and all this stuff. And then she just turns to me and says, "Want to fuck?" And I'm a red-blooded American man. I say, "Yeah, I want to fuck." This girl is fucking dirty and wild, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. She likes to get that ass in the air. So we have this sort of dom-sub relationship where I'm like the daddy and she's like the little girl and like we write each other dirty texts every day.
Nice.
And she can get really fucking dirty. So, do you want to hear one?
Yeah.
And daddy can fuck baby girl all night if he wants. So
can I read yours like Christopher Walken?
Okay.
Daddy needs that pussy so much. He needs to fuck baby all night long.
What else did she say? You split baby girl in half yesterday. It was fun on the couch, feeling on baby girl's ass, her neck, her hair. I don't know how long we're gonna go on.
That turns me on to touch baby's young brown little body. Daddy loves taking control of your body.
Hold on a minute. Yes, daddy. Baby girl loves it when you are all over her body caressing her brown skin. Maybe this is the last one.
Baby girl's body is daddy's favorite thing to play with.
Anyway, yeah, we write like crazy dirty sex every day and it's pretty exciting.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
very nice.
Yeah, so that's really kind of rejuvenated me and made me feel good.
Is it making you write more?
No, I have to get back in touch with the writing. I've been just focusing on my job, and it's been kind of draining. I like edited a whole catalog. I'm like writing press releases. I'm writing articles. I'm writing blogs. People are just throwing me things to edit, and I'm editing them. It's pretty like crazy workflow. But the thing about being the writer is that there's not like hard deadlines for most of these things, and most of them I can handle pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I kind of just look like the magic boy. So, but I don't know. It's been kind of draining, but I need to get back into writing. And so for some odd reason, I wake up mad early in the morning and I can't get back to sleep, and I just toss and turn in the bed until the alarm goes off. And I really need to find a way to motivate myself. So I'm going to try to get up at 5:30 in the morning
Do you
tomorrow.
drink coffee?
To write. Yeah, I'm going to drink coffee
Your
and write.
Keurig next to your bed.
Ooh.
And then just...
I'm the Keurig guy because I'm environmentally friendly and I use the regular drip coffee thing.
Oh,
But
hate
I
the
feel you.
environment. I put those... You know those things that the cans come in? I
Yeah.
dispose of them where you're supposed to, in the river. The Passaic River. I just get them all in a milk crate.
Thanks, Mr.
And just
DuPont.
dump them over the side, yeah. Well, the Earth... Didn't George Carlin say that the Earth loves plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hates us, apparently. We're like a virus with shoes, according to Bill Hicks.
But George Carlin was, I think, God. Didn't Kevin Smith?
George
right?
Carlin was closest to God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
so,
the Buddha of our time.
yeah, he really was. Him and Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah, and Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks. Well, now, I've heard Bill Hicks isn't dead. He's Alex Jones.
Shut up.
Dude, you never saw that?
Get the fuck out of here.
There's videos and all this weird evidence that...
Yeah.
And there was also that whole thing...
I saw the documentary with his parents. I'm pretty sure he's in the ground.
No, they faked his death.
Okay, Paul.
Let me tell you.
Lay it on me.
It's a government conspiracy. No, supposedly he wanted to become some weird right-wing fucking conspiracy figure.
Okay.
And it's weird. There's a lot of weird
But Bill was a
coincidences.
liberal.
Yeah, I know. He wanted to do it as a joke
Interesting.
and be a guy playing a character.
And then he got a taste of the power, and he couldn't turn away.
No. He's still a guy playing a character. If he is,
Oh, you think he's gonna-
bullshit. Yeah, he's fucking. It's nonsense. It's just playing to a crowd. I don't think
Some
he's
Andy
actually.
Kaufman-esque sort of long game.
I don't think. I don't really think Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Right.
But I've thought about it, and there's weird coincidences. Like Alex Jones accepted an award on Bill Hicks' behalf. They're both from the same studio, like in Texas. Like that's where they
Weird.
did a lot of their shit.
Right.
There's a lot of really strange. Alex Jones's age is really fucking weird to me.
And Kennedy was shot in the Lincoln, and Lincoln was
No,
shot
fuck
in the
that.
Kennedy, whatever. And yeah, I know.
Wasn't Lincoln shot in the head?
Well, yeah, they were both shot in the head.
Exactly.
What is it with shooting presidents in the head?
Kennedy was shot in the head. Lincoln was shot in the head. Makes that sentence so much better.
Garfield. There was a bunch of guys, actually.
Yeah, remember that cat?
Garfield.
Yeah. You ever see Garfield
McKinley.
minus Garfield?
Garfield minus Garfield.
Isn't
Isn't that zero?
They take Garfield comics
Mm-hmm.
and they remove Garfield from them.
Yeah.
So it just seems like John is a fucking insane, befuddled man.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh yeah, they are a sight to behold. I highly recommend Garfield minus Garfield. If you Google it, you'll find it. The guy who writes Garfield actually let him put out a Garfield minus Garfield book because he thought it was fucking hilarious. Like,
Right.
I think that's awesome when like an artist could see something,
Mm-hmm.
they could do something, and then somebody can like make a parody of it, and they
Mhm.
see it like as hilarious. Like he probably never thought to do that.
Yeah.
But like, when you take Garfield out of a Garfield comic strip, it becomes like John, like 2 panels of John just sitting there, and then there's one where he's screaming. Or he's just
That's
talking.
hilarious.
He's talking, but it's like he's having a conversation with himself. It's like
Right.
he's insane.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, you got to check him out, man.
I will.
I don't have a cough button. I've always wanted one, but I don't have one.
Oh, I have a date with another young lady who is really interesting, well-read. She likes the Russian writers, even though I think they're obtuse. But she said there's a lot to get out of it. And I was like, wow, you know, she's like challenging me intellectually, which I think is kind of stimulating. Bangladeshi American. I think she grew up in the suburbs. Just sounds very New
Bangladeshi.
Yorker. She looks very pretty on her, internet thing. And we're going to go to a rooftop bar in Midtown Manhattan, the
Nice.
press room.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. I don't really know what to expect, but it's just nice to have a date in the city on a rooftop bar with a girl. So, or maybe I should say a woman. I always think of myself as a boy, but I'm
I always say
really
broads.
41.
With a broad, you know,
Yeah.
a dame,
I don't know. I kind
some bitches.
of see myself as kind of like, like a smooth kind of romantic lover, kind of like a lover of women.
Smooth.
Right? Try maybe a little bit. I don't know, Casanova kind of thing, but not really. I'm just a big dorky nerd that
Let's get
trollops
it on.
around.
Let's get it on. That's smooth.
Mm.
Do you listen to Barry White?
Every time I jerk off.
What about Barry Manilow?
No.
You
Does
look
he
at
know
Barry
you rate his
Manilow when you
wardrobe?
jerk off, right? Yeah. Yeah, I rated Barry Manilow's wardrobe. My shirt says Bruce Lee is my homeboy.
It literally does.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
I talked to two ghosts, Bruce Lee and Stiv Bators from the Dead Boys.
Nice. I don't believe in ghosts, but okay.
Yeah.
But
What?
Bruce Lee
Wait,
was awesome.
So wait, when people find weird heat deposits, you don't think that's ghosts? How would you explain why people think? Like, I could see when dust flies by a camera and they say, "Oh, that's an orb." It's like, no, that's just dust.
No, man. I think so energy is neither created nor destroyed. So possibly the soul goes somewhere. I actually believe in reincarnation, or maybe you go to another place in the multiverse and you live a different life, but you have the same inner components of your soul, and then maybe your body changes and different aspects of your personality change, but the core is still you. I don't know. It's just something I believe, but I don't have any evidence towards it.
Why? You haven't done any evidence?
I mean, I've just read a lot about religion and spirituality and did a lot of soul searching. I never really believed in the Catholic Church.
Have you ever lost consciousness?
I've lost consciousness, yes.
But,
Several
like,
times.
Where you were being like choked out and you almost died?
I went under surgery, so I had the anesthesia.
No, but were you ever like choked almost to death?
I wasn't choked almost to death, no.
Where you were conscious?
I've been beaten
but you
up
died?
or punched in the face, but kicked in the balls, normal stuff like that.
I don't think you know what the afterlife is until you've almost been choked to death.
Okay.
That's just my theory.
So you're saying we should try to choke each other to death?
No.
Have you almost been choked to death? I guess I should ask.
Perhaps.
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 Now that's a story.
Perhaps. No. I'll cut out the whole story. I'll tell you what I saw
Okay.
was a beach.
A beach.
I don't even like the fucking beach, but I was like, I'm gonna go to this beach.
Okay. What
And
choice
then-
did you have?
But then I woke up.
Okay.
But I think that was like,
The afterlife is a beach.
yeah, it's like a cool beach. It was just an empty island. I didn't have to deal with no motherfuckers.
Okay.
I was just gonna kill a crab and eat it.
Nice.
Yeah, and make a fire.
Okay.
I saw a good way to make a fire with some cotton and
I
a
don't want
cigarette.
So the afterlife is like basically like
Survivor.
fucking Castaway.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You can have
Mine's gonna be. I'm gonna float up to a fucking island. Yeah, I think so.
Can I have something nice, please? Maybe some nice people.
And then you're gonna get the noisy ice machine
Ugh.
for all eternity,
Great.
like that Weird Al song.
Okay.
You know Weird Al?
I do. I like Weird Al.
Yeah, he was the shit.
He is the shit.
He's still doing it.
He's not dead.
No, he's still going.
Yeah,
man.
he's still going. He's great.
His parents died.
Oh God.
Did you ever hear about that?
No.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
No
You
shit.
got to get that shit checked. Like, if make sure your carbon monoxide alarms work because you don't want to die like fucking Weird Al's parents.
This has been your public service announcement.
On that note, I think we're gonna take a break. So
Nice.
here's that song you guys love again. It's called "Delivering the Mail." Blue uniform, white van on a route, all about on foot with headphones on. They wave, he waves, maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week without fail, rain or shine or sleet or snow. If it's raining blood, he has to go do it anyway. Bored, but his hatred doesn't show. He's delivering the mail. All the neighbors know his face. Hey, look, it's the mailman. Beat the clock to win the race. Or the office writes him up maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week without fail, rain or shine or sleet or snow. If it's raining blood, he has to go do it anyway. Mad, but his bloodlust doesn't show. He's delivering the mail. Some broadside for the package in his pants. 9 months later, all the babies look like the mailman. Maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week without fail, rain or shine or sleet or snow. If it's raining blood, he has to go do it anyway. Bored, but his hatred doesn't show. He's delivering the mail. Blue uniform, white van on a route, all about on foot with headphones on. They wave, he waves, maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week without fail, rain or shine or sleet or snow. If it's raining blood, he has to go do it anyway. Bored, but his hatred doesn't show. He's delivering the mail. All the neighbors know his face. Hey, look, it's the mailman. Beat the clock to win the race. Or the office writes him up maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week without fail, rain or shine or sleet or snow. If it's raining blood, he has to go do it anyway. Mad, but his bloodlust doesn't show. He's delivering the mail. Some broadside for the package in his pants. 9 months later, all the babies look like the mailman. Maladjustedly pensive on a federal offensive. 5 days a week.
Phil, what do you think about this
fail, rain or shine or
Makes me
sleet
wonder
or
how many
snow.
kids actually look like the mailman.
Many.
You think so? You think that's just a myth, or you think that actually happens?
I was a patrol when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and I used to see the mailman go into this one house every day and come out with like the biggest smile on his face.
Nice.
Yeah, because I had to eat my lunch on the street corner like some kind of fucking...
Degenerate.
Yeah, I just sit on the piss-ridden corner
Nice.
eating my shitty sandwich. And then a lady... I remember a lady called my mom. She's like, I'm concerned because he sits on the curb and the cars drive by really fast. And my mom's like, oh, you know, this lady's really worried. I go, that lady's a worrywart.
Exactly.
That was my response.
Fuck that bitch.
But now in
America's about freedom.
Now in retrospect, as a driver, I do kind of agree with her.
Right.
In a way.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit really on the curb of a corner.
Sit in the grass, maybe.
Yeah. That's what she wanted me to do. I'm like, yeah, your house is up the street. I'm not gonna fucking walk that far.
Yeah, when you're young.
I gotta cross these fucking idiot kids, or they're
Yeah.
gonna die. I'm wearing an orange fucking sash. The cars can't kill me.
Right.
That's what they told us. When you put this on, you're invincible.
Fly this like a suit of armor.
That's how they got us.
Like an
to do
iron
it.
eagle.
Yeah.
Then nothing can penetrate.
They're like, you could leave class early to go to your patrol. Like, fuck yeah, I'm wearing that shit.
You can do anything. You can spit in the cop's face.
But the cool thing to do, it was like a belt that went around you and then over your shoulder. But
Right.
the cool thing to do was to let the part that goes over your shoulder just dangle at your
Ooh,
knees.
ooh, you bad boy, you rebel.
Yeah,
you.
like a big orange pekka.
I'd fucking grab you by that and pull you by your ass.
Ugh. I remember I told one of my mom's school friends that being a patrol would be better if they gave us a gun. That lady was really concerned.
Ooh, when do we get a gun?
That whole year I was bad. I remember drawing a picture of me and my friends drew a comic book about my 5th grade teacher.
Okay.
And I remember...
These are always awful.
it was
Just kids tearing
It was
the top
great. It was
teacher
just
apart.
my 5th grade teacher, and on the cover, she was just wearing like we drew her like big tits, all this shit, firing like a fucking AK-47 in the air.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's just because I don't know. We thought of something where her boyfriend was always just standing around the school like with his arms crossed, like a big like fucking angry. He looked like the Russian from Rocky IV, kind of,
Fuck.
with like brown hair.
I must break you.
Yeah, he was always just standing around, so we always just call him like the Mad Russian, and we knew that he was fucking her.
What else would you call him?
So yeah, so we came up with this whole comic book. Anyway, I remember coming home from school, and my mother was very dismayed to have found it, and she just showed it to me. She goes, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, this, me and my friends, made that." Like, why is your teacher firing a gun? What is wrong with you? Like, they were just not happy, and I was just like, "Oh no, me and my friends just made it. It's just a joke. Like, it's
Right.
it's a satire.
Right.
It's parody.
But to her,
It's an homage."
right.
But yeah,
these days you'd think
she was just horrified. Like, the same time, like they found me. I don't know, when I was like, I don't know, not that young, but like even with like porn online, my mom was like, "What you were looking at was very hardcore." I'm like, "Don't worry about me. Like, I'm good. Like, I get it. Relax."
it's the internet. Every once in a while you go into a
Well, like,
spiral
our
where you'll
parents
just look at
couldn't
the
just
darkest
put on
shit.
a video of people fucking randomly.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how hard that was to come by in 1980? Of just, you couldn't just pop up a screen. Yeah, here's 100 videos of just random people fucking each other.
I went to the Museum of Sex in New York City one time, and in the 50s and the 60s and stuff, people used to have reel to reel. Like, you had to go out and find a guy and buy it, or buy it from where and bring it home and set up the fucking rig and have your friends over and have a party and watch this shit. Like, and it was like, dark, evil, deceitful, fucking secret shit. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't have everybody over, just like your close friends or whatever. And and if you watched it with your wife, that was even more taboo. Like, and nowadays, just, midget porn, boom. You know what I mean? People have
addictions
addictions and shit like that.
Porn is really fucking weird.
Porn gets really weird.
Like-
If you go down that hole, it can get really weird.
Yeah, like if you look at
Really
like
fast.
related videos of just some videos, it's just like, how is this related in any way?
Right.
And then if you look at that, it's like, what? Am I in a different planet now?
Right.
Like, have I gone to a different world?
You ever watch like German porn? Like
No.
hardcore German porn? Where they fuck people with animals and shit like that?
No.
I saw these two girls put rubbers on a eel. Two sides of
Jesus
an eel.
Christ.
Yeah, it was a pretty gross video, man. It was disgusting. But yeah, they had a good time.
You saw bitches fucking eel?
Yep, and then slice it
Ugh.
open, cook it, shit on it, and eat it.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's what I said. And then the kid who was showing it thought this was hilarious, and I think he's a fucking psychopath. And then the only other guy that was hanging out there that was laughing, also a psychopath.
I think he was God's gift to people.
I was into this redhead who was really demented, and her stepbrother was even more demented. And they lived out in Pakong or whatever. And we watched that video with her stepbrother one night, and I was horrified.
What do you think is like the most horrifying video you've ever seen?
That one.
That one?
Faces of Death, but that's probably fake.
I think a lot of it is.
Right? That was like a big thing back in the day. Remember Faces of
Yeah,
Death?
somebody was
Oh
like,
my god, you got to see this
Faces
film,
of
man.
Death.
Don't tell anybody I gave it to you. Don't tell anybody at school. Just fucking watch it and give it back to me. That was a fucking serious shit, and you had to fucking clear out a weekend to watch that whole fucking thing.
That was like my brother, my older stepbrother, gave me Cannibal Holocaust
Ooh.
on VHS, like probably
That's
like
gold.
1997.
That's fantastic.
He's like, yo, my friend got this movie. Like, it's in my top drawer. He's like, you'll fucking love it. I'm like, oh, cool. What's this? And I was like, never heard of it. Put it in. I was just like blown away. Like, you've seen that before.
Hell
right?
yeah. I'm
Dude.
like, I've watched all the old horrible horror films.
All of them?
Well, as many as I could watch. We had a club back in college where we used to watch B movies in the library, and the girl that I was dating at the time and me actually did it once in that library.
Nice.
But anyway, and in the car, and once in a park, and people walked by, according to her. I don't remember people walking by, but we were wrapped up in the blanket that we actually had the picnic on.
Nice.
And she has a thing about, being an exhibitionist.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
pretty crazy.
One time, the weirdest place I think I ever fingered a girl was on a beanbag chair while we were getting ready to put on a haunted house
Nice.
for a church where we would go on a ski trip where
I love this.
nobody skied.
Okay.
And so me and that girl were banging. So we end up doing the haunted house. It's all good. We go on a ski trip, right?
Right.
And like I brought condoms because I was getting it on, as
Right.
they say.
As they say.
As they say, the kids. And so I just had them. Me and my friend ended up getting a room, and we just figured out, yeah, our girlfriend's gonna come sleep in her room because there was no chaperones. It was just like
Right.
fucking pandemonium.
Nice.
This youth group,
Awesome.
and so our
God
girlfriends are just staying in the room with us. We went out one day. We're just doing other shit, and they were in a room. And Trevor, my friend, asked me. He goes, "Yo, can I borrow a condom?" I said, "Yeah, whatever." And next thing we know, we're down the hall. His like girlfriend runs out of the room, like, "Oh my god, he tried to have sex with me!" And he comes out. I thought it would be the perfect time.
Oh god, that's like a movie.
It was fucking. I mean, it's fucked up, but it's fucking gold to just like.
Yeah.
I think about that and just like, what the fuck, like. This is you don't spring it on him like that, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
really.
What the fuck, like it's I gotta have a discussion first, past the threshold.
Yeah. You gotta work into it.
Yeah, you can't just like start with that.
The art of seduction.
Precisely, old chum. We should write that book, The Art of Seduction.
The art of seduction.
We're two seductive, sexy guys.
The modern art of seduction.
Yeah.
You should learn how to brush your hair first, but
Yeah, and maybe shave my beard and my mustache. I look like a walrus. I look like I'm just like a junkie or something, like
You
some
look
kind of drifter.
you look like a Russian programmer. It looked like a fucking troll.
I come from Russia. You don't talk shit about Mother Russia, okay, motherfucker?
You know how they say radio in Russian?
Radio.
Yep.
Did I do my phone in? No. It's because it's the Russian phone. It's made in Russia. Never break. The phone break you, motherfucker. My radio break you.
Yeah, right.
I know all about Russian.
Really?
I could do any accent.
Any accent?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I can do Russian, though.
Yeah, you can definitely do
I
Russian.
can do the Russian accent.
Could we do like prank calls one night and we just like prank call people and you do different accents?
I'll prank call somebody right now.
Who's
Let
he
me
calling?
get my charger. I prank call somebody right now.
Ugh. Come on, man, get your act together.
Where's my charger? Oh, it's right here.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Your girlfriend?
No.
Who's moving into this fucking place that's just covered with junk from head to toe?
No.
Guitars and old pieces of equipment and
It's not old.
fucking chips and Nutter Butters and who has a Green Lantern mug? You have like the worst fucking
What's wrong
comic
with Green?
taste.
Look, it's Green Lantern.
The
I
Green
got
Lantern
Yoda.
sucks.
What's wrong with Green Lantern?
He's the worst.
Come on.
He always gets taken out first.
Yeah, well, his weakness is the color yellow. That's the stupidest thing ever. It's utterly absurd, but what are you gonna do?
Did you see the new Deadpool?
Yeah, it
Where
was
he
the
kills
best.
himself after he writes that fucking script?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fantastic.
I thought the new Deadpool was like the best movie ever.
I think he was born for that fucking role.
I think he was born for
Worst thing.
what was that that romantic comedy that he
oh
did
gosh.
where he was fat in a fat suit. I think he was born for that role, but Deadpool's cool too.
You gotta eat.
I
crow
wanted
sometimes,
Matt
Ed.
Damon as Deadpool always in my life. I wanted a real serious Deadpool that was
you.
dark in tone and took away all the comedic elements. No, I'm
That's
just
not
fucking with
fun.
you. No, I love when they fuck with shit like that. Like Superman doesn't need to be dark, but he is super dark now. You notice
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Superman. I like my heroes to be like
that? Flawed.
and also go through trials and tribulations and really get fucked up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like Conan.
Yeah, Conan's the shit. He's just a man.
Conan, what is best in life? You don't know this one?
What? I'm lost. Conan the Barbarian.
Look it up. Conan, what is best in life?
Why do I gotta look shit up? What is this? School?
You should put this YouTube video on it. Stupid thing. Nice. Schwarzenegger was huge back then. Oh my god. You could show a movie off of one of his fucking pecs. Goddamn monster.
Wait, let's see. Hold on. I got that shit.
Was
I'm
this
so
when
quick.
he was fucking the maid?
This is good. But what is best in life? The open steppe. Free thoughts. Falcons at your wrist.
This is the best.
Wind in your hair. Wrong! Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
That's what happens when you learn the lines phonetically.
Why, you didn't speak English back then?
No, I don't think so. Like early on, he was just like, "Do you ever see Hercules in New York?"
Yeah.
I am Hercules. It's like what the fuck? Like they dubbed his voice, and that was even worse.
Tonight we go to mid-price restaurants, followed by a night of efficient sex. Did you ever see that one? Simpsons? I didn't do the accent at all well.
I don't know.
Disappointing.
Here's one of the best film clips I feel of all time.
Of all time?
Why isn't it?
I can't hear it. You and your lack of technology.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Is this Harry and the Hendersons?
No.
Whatever possessed God in heaven to make a man like Rambo?
God didn't make
Nice.
Rambo. I made him.
Who the hell are you?
Sam Trotman.
Colonel
Samuel Trotman.
Look, we're a little busy this morning, Colonel. What can I do for you?
I've come to get my boy.
Your boy?
I recruited him, I trained him, I commanded him in Vietnam for 3 years. I'd say that makes him mine.
I wonder why the Pentagon would
Brian
send a
Dennehy.
full-bird colonel down here to handle this.
He's all bloated.
The Army
and angry.
might be able to.
Nice.
Probably drunk.
Well, I don't know in what way. Rambo's a
drunk.
civilian now. He's my problem.
I don't think you understand.
Look at that hat.
I didn't come here to rescue Rambo from you. I came here to rescue you from him.
Well, we all appreciate your concern, Colonel. And we'll try to be extra careful.
I'm just amazed that he allowed any of your posse to live.
Is that right?
Strictly speaking, he slipped up. You're lucky to be breathing.
That's just great. Colonel, you came out here to find out why one of your machines blew a gasket.
You don't seem to want to accept the fact that you're dealing with an expert in guerrilla warfare. With a man who's the best. With guns, with knives, with his bare hands. A man who's been trained to ignore pain, ignore weather, to live off the land, to eat things and to make a billy goat puke. In Vietnam, his job was to dispose of enemy personnel, to kill, period. Win by attrition. Well, Rambo was the best.
Have a nice day.
And that's followed up with something about, and you better bring one thing. What's that? A good supply of body bags.
Nice.
Fucking, I love that shit, man.
Every line in that is fucking gold.
I love all those old fucking action movies.
Hell yeah.
Action, horror, any B movie really, I'll pretty much watch it.
Commando.
Anything. Oh, Commando's the shit.
Right?
Well, like, let off some steam, Bennett. He throws a fucking pipe through him. Arnold Schwarzenegger throws a pipe through a man's chest. Oh, I love when he drops the guy off the mountain. Remember when I said I was gonna kill you last? I lied. He just drops that guy off. He said you were gonna kill me last. That's the dude from Warriors playing the fucking Warriors come out and play.
Yep.
That's a fucking great movie, man. And the
Yeah.
bad guy in that is from the one guy was on Cheers, Dan
Right.
Hedaya.
Yeah.
And the other guy was in the Road Warrior, Mad Max.
Actually,
He
oh, go ahead.
He was in that, Vernon Wells. And he was in Weird Science, too.
Awesome.
That was like his other claim to fame.
That movie Warriors was based on real life. Gangs in New York actually came together for a conference, and it got fucked up.
Did they all wear fucking weird
I
costumes?
don't think
though?
so.
Was there like a gang that painted themselves like baseballs?
It was the 70s.
Just a gang of orphans? The Warriors is one of my favorite things ever. Like, the movie itself always just intrigued me.
Right.
And then they made like a pretty good game for PS2. Which I
Oh,
don't know
really?
if you ever played. Yeah, it's awesome. It's like just like a beat 'em up game. You just basically go through the city beating the shit out of people.
Nice.
You can like pick up a brick and like smash them in the face, rob stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. But it always like they got a lot of the voice actors and stuff. I got the guy right up there, Swan. Signed an
Awesome.
autograph. I also got
You got The Hills Have Eyes, huh?
yeah, I love that guy, Michael Berryman.
Mm-hmm.
I got the dude from Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. My buddy
Nice.
gave me that Jason clock with Kane Hodder.
Awesome.
We got Conrad Brooks from Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hung out with Bo Donaldson for a couple days at Chiller Theater. That guy's cool as fuck. He had
Awesome.
that song back in the 70s, Billy Don't Be a Hero.
Oh, yeah.
Billy, don't be a hero. He was fucking cool as fuck, man.
Yeah? What did you guys do?
Just bullshitted at a table. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know, you see those old dudes from like the 60s and like a lot of them are all like recovering from something.
Oh, yeah.
Like he wasn't busting balls about anything.
Mm-hmm.
He was just chill, man. He didn't bother me.
That's awesome.
He was cool. Yeah, I got to meet a couple of really cool I got to meet John Forsythe too.
Oh, yeah?
No, William Forsythe.
Oh, cool.
Fucking he was cool as shit too, man. Like a lot of them were. I don't know. And then there's Marky Ramone. Hey, nice to meet you. Buy my pasta sauce. Do you know that I have a pasta sauce company? It's like the same as my impression of Janine from Ghostbusters. Hello, Ghostbusters.
Nice.
I'm gonna suck Venkman's cock
Veiny
while
cock.
Winston eats my ass and then fucks it. His cock is monstrous. They should put a trap on that thing. Could you imagine? They should make a porn version of Ghostbusters.
Yes.
That probably would get better received than the...
It's probably on there already. Have you looked?
No, I've never looked.
Yeah.
I've seen Edward Penis Hands.
Nice.
Multiple viewings of Edward Penis Hands, but...
Once wasn't enough.
Dude, that's a fucking weird movie. It's like Edward Scissorhands, but his hands are penises.
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. But it's weird, man. They shouldn't do that, you know?
No.
That's like almost borderlining body horror. He's like fisting fucking girls and shit. Like it's out of control. They like made prosthetics for his hands. Like, why would they do that?
Yeah, it's kind of weird
I
for
would
the guy.
yeah, it's horrifying. I would rather he just have like 5 penises for fingers instead of just giant penises. You know, I think that would be somehow less disturbing for me if he just had 5 like various like one maybe is like uncircumcised and one
Oh God.
one is maybe like a little like micro penis.
Oh
and the other
no.
one is,
Pinky.
yeah, like the thumb's like a real fucking big like black one, and like both hands are both kind of different, like all
Right.
different penises. And that I think that would be somehow less disturbing to me than what they came up with.
I would like to see it as like a black and white art film where he's just sad all the time, that he has penis fingers and tries to live a normal life, because I think that would be hilarious.
It'd be funnier with scissor fingers.
Like he's just trying to pick up a spoon to eat cereal and he's crying.
Because he comes in his cereal. From
Oh,
his penis
God.
fingers. He was just crying because you know, he has penises for fingers. But
Right.
to me, while he was holding that spoon, he was stimulating the tips.
Oh, okay.
And then he comes in his cereal.
Oh God.
It's hilarious.
He's gonna eat it?
You should draw this.
I don't draw things.
You better start.
Okay. Or else what? Homeboy.
They're gonna get you in the parking lot.
Oh. You know, it's like a fucking journey to get here.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like Lord of the Rings. I
It's
hope
like-
you feel right
yeah.
at home.
Yeah. It's like white trash, follow the yellow brick road.
You shouldn't say white trash. That's
No?
racist.
Is that racist? Then I'm white. Then I'm trash. Isn't that like black guys calling each other the N-word?
I don't know. Shouldn't we just call each other the N-word?
No, I don't think so.
It's not okay.
We can call each other Guinea, I guess. Or WAP.
Yeah, I always say that. What's up, my wops? What's
That's
up, my
hilarious.
guineas?
You have to go like wear a guinea tee with like a gold cross and be smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, that's what I do in ShopRite. Like, sir, put out your cigarette. You gotta put some pants on. Please put some athletic pants on. Some fucking Adidas shoes. Get some Keds for you, sir. Remember Keds? They even still make those. What are those?
I don't know. Just for
Stupid
kids.
white shoes.
Yeah.
I got Keds. Hang yourself with the shoelaces. Jerk off.
Do you think the majority of the tracksuits sold in the United States are in this region right here? I think so.
Yeah. Or they're exported to like other countries where people think it's really cool to wear tracksuits. I was thinking about getting like windbreaker suits again,
Nice.
like tracksuits, in like the 90s.
Oh God. I mean, great.
Yeah, just like bright colors, like neon green and like orange, just like
Nice.
shirt, like windbreaker jackets. Remember the ski jackets where everybody looked like fucking day glow abortion, like marshmallow people?
Stay away from him, honey. He's got the mental illness.
Everybody looked like the Michelin Man. If everybody spray painted them different colors.
Puffy jackets, they call them.
Yeah, oh god. I want to get the McFly jacket. The
Nice.
McFly sneakers.
Nice.
They're pulling off like a McFly thing.
Why don't we have the Back to the Future 2 jackets that dry themselves?
Because that's impractical. You have to keep it charged.
Yeah, you and you're impractical. Can't you put solar panels on it somehow?
Then you have to
flexible
be in the
solar
fucking
panels.
sun. How often are you in the sun with your jacket that you're gonna keep that shit charged? Phil?
Good point.
Think about that, filth.
No. I mean,
You know what
yes.
else I always thought was highly impractical?
What's that?
The idea that we went to the moon.
Shut up.
I really do. I
Don't
think
be
it's
stupid.
crazy.
You're an idiot.
Dude, it's crazy.
You're a moron.
How did we go to the moon?
I've
Phil?
touched the moon rock in the Smithsonian.
I believe that. A robot sent it back.
Yeah, whatever.
Not fucking Neil Armstrong.
Why not?
Because he was in Earth orbit.
You just wanted to beat the Russians. The worst thing that ever
We
happened.
lied about it, though, to beat him. We never went there, man. I'm
How do
telling
you know? They stole Nazi rocket technology and they turned it into NASA. That's all it was.
I can't even make a fucking cell phone call without losing communication. Do you mean to tell me they went 200,000 to almost 300,000 miles?
Ancient people built the pyramids. Or
Because
the Great Wall of
aliens
China.
came down and told
No.
them, this is the fucking scale of the Earth, you fucking idiots.
No.
So build this shit right. Because if you build it wrong, we ain't coming back.
There are humans that are able to do things, and there are humans that suck. That's how it is, I think.
Phil, how did they blast off from the moon? Explain this to me.
How do they blast off from the moon?
Yeah, did you ever see the takeoff footage of
There
them leaving
is-
the moon?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like somebody going, pull it faster, pull it faster.
It was the 60s.
Yeah.
What kind
That's
of
why they had to
film-
fake that shit. That's why they did 2001 A Space Odyssey first. Here's the thing, right? They did A Space Odyssey,
You're
and they were
insane.
like, this is great. Like, this makes space look so awesome. And then they're like, yeah, and when we do the moon, we're going to make it look like shit. Because, you know, we made this, NASA made Space Odyssey look awesome.
It's just a rock. It already looks like shit.
Then, they went to the desert, shoot all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kubrick directs it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably did it at the same
With
time.
Ray Sands.
Yeah, so what? That's easy to fake. And then he made The Shining, where he puts a bunch of clues that he faked the
Shut
moon
up.
landing. The kid's wearing an Apollo 11 sweater, bro. And then there's the twins, like the Gemini twins.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He goes
Right.
to room 237,
Oh my God.
237,000 miles. Come on.
Don't go to the edge of the earth. I might push you off.
Kubrick wasn't a fucking asshole. He knew it was up. There's something to it. We didn't go to the moon, and Stanley Kubrick was involved,
I
and
don't
that's why
believe
he's
that.
dead.
I don't believe that.
That's why he's dead, Philip. People like you that believe in the moon landing killed Stanley Kubrick,
He only died like the 90s or the early 2000s. He died
Yeah.
way after that.
and he didn't get to finish his finest achievement.
Eyes Wide Shut?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Nah. You think this is his finest achievement?
Definitely. Oh my god, it's his best movie.
Shut up.
No, it's horrible.
Full Metal Jacket.
Ah,
No?
I don't know, man. I like a Clockwork Orange. a
Clockwork
lot.
Orange is a good one.
I think that's like between. I always loved the soundtrack in it, even when I was a kid.
Mm.
Like I think that's why I paid attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watched that before I should have probably watched that movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't completely engaged. I was kind of confused,
Right.
but I thought it was cool. Like, this is weird. These weird like punks
Oh, yeah.
doing shit. But the soundtrack in it, I was like, oh fuck, that's like Beethoven.
I can't
like,
believe you watched that as a kid. There's like some really awful scenes in there.
Yeah, I know where the guy picks up that giant penis.
and beats the woman with it.
Yeah, that shit I thought was like hilarious. Like I kind of think I thought it was a comedy when I was watching it. Like
You've
the
been
guy
doomed.
they all talked funny. Go snuggle me noggins. Like, wow, these guys are fucking hilarious. They know what's up. Yeah,
The milk bar.
I didn't really understand it. I was like, oh, okay, he's fucking that girl. Like I was old enough to know that, but not old enough to be
Two of
doing
them.
that. No, I just like the part at the beginning where he's like it's like in fast motion. Like
Oh,
the two chicks. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like I remember seeing that as a kid and just being like,
Right?
this movie is great. Like I don't even know some of what they're doing. Sometimes things might be going in weird places that I don't understand.
I honestly want to wear a jock strap outside of my pants sometimes and put on a mask.
Yeah, you should. We should all do that. We should
And a
start a
bowler's
gang.
hat. And then start a gang.
Like the Warriors, yeah. There's a bunch of weirdos.
modern day
Like
weirdos.
a Droog gang. Yeah, we'll
Me
go to
Droogies.
we'll go to the milk bar. Ugh. I can't. That's
It's gross.
Yeah, the idea of a milk bar makes me want to literally shit my pants and
Right.
die in
Yeah.
my own shit.
Yeah, me too.
That's a horrible thought.
Agreed. A horrible.
You're
horrible
allergic
thought.
to the milk, right?
I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I also have the ADHD.
The ad head.
I have the ad head.
How do you know?
I was diagnosed in like the 8th grade or something like that. The last week of school, I had the chicken pox really bad, and I was failing my classes. I was talking to my mom recently, and she said she went to my locker, and she said she found hundreds of homework assignments in the bottom of my locker. I don't know if it was hundreds that I had failed to
Might have
hand
been
in.
an exaggeration.
So I had done my homework, but for some odd reason, I'd never handed it in. I had some sort of disconnect. And they had me evaluated. I don't know if it was by a psychiatrist or a neurologist, but I had Lyme disease after that, and I had some cockamamie theory that maybe it was the Lyme disease that damaged my brain because I had it for a long time before I was cured of it, and I know the spirochetes can go through the blood barrier and it can affect your memory and shit like that. And it has affected my knees. If you see me walk, I have a limp, but it doesn't hurt. I can walk for miles and not be bothered by it. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I was just I'm on this mission of self-discovery, and I was talking to her, and just I looked it up online, and just all these behaviors were something I had noticed about myself, even in my adult life. And I think, it negatively affected my marriage. And, I felt kind of bad for that. But, because my ex used to kind of overwhelm me with, I felt like she was nagging a lot, but she was just anxious about her problems and,
Were
wanting
you
me
trying to give her
solve
a
them.
solution?
Yeah. So,
You just
I
have
would
to
get
let 'em talk.
overwhelmed, and then I would yell at her, and we would get into an argument. And she, we would talk about it and talk it out, and she would talk about her side, and she would say, well, why can't you control your anger and let me know that? I explained it as air building up in my chest, like a balloon, and then it would pop, and I would yell. And I came from a very yelly culture. We were Italian-American.
Yeah, fucking guineas.
Yeah, we yell. I mean, we're just yelly people, and we're just loud. And she comes from Northern Europe, where they're very quiet. So that didn't work out. But I've just been thinking about this, and it's like, so I found this article. It says ADD isn't a lack of willpower. It's just something that you can't control because essentially it's a chemical problem in the management system of your brain. And then I started looking at some of these symptoms, and it's like zoning out, poor listening skills, hyperfocus. So when I'm writing, I get hyperfocused, which is
Yeah.
something that helped my writing career very much, actually. Disorganization and forgetfulness. I've always been told that I was forgetful. So I started reading through this. Impulsivity. I can be impulsive. I ran away to different countries pretty impulsively, but it turned out to be good for me. But anyway, irritability, easily flustered or stressed out, hypersensitivity to criticism,
Why?
restlessness.
Why do you have hypersensitivity to criticism?
I don't think that I do, but I can be sensitive sometimes. So, but it was funny that all these things, I just read off 7 or 8 things, were something that was inherent in my personality. So I was like, oh fuck, I have ADD. And I was like, why didn't I think of this since 8th grade?
Yeah.
And I think it's been affecting my adult life. So I'm going to get, health insurance through my job soon. So I'm probably going to see a psychiatrist and see if I can go on medication. But here's the thing. There's positive things for having ADD, because you get creative. You think outside the box. You can get hyper-focused that can help you get stuff done. I've always I built my whole self and my whole modern career off of my creativity. And I'm afraid that if I do go on the medication, even though it helps me in a certain way, is it going to take away that creativity? Is it going to make me a different self? So I'm kind of worried about that. And I don't really know what to think about that. I mean, obviously I'm looking way down the line, but this is a struggle that some people have.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, maybe there are ways to control it without that, through meditation and stuff like that. I think that I've been controlling it with marijuana all these years.
Probably.
to help myself focus and stuff like that. And I think it's helped an awful lot. But it's still an imbalance in my brain. And what am I going to be like if I take that? Am I going to be a different person? I don't know. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets into whole identity. Like, who are we as humans? Because we think that we are our memories, but if you have Alzheimer's, are you a different person? Or if you get in a car accident, you lose your memory,
Yeah.
are you a different person? We think that we're our body, but if we become a vegetable, like Stephen Hawking or something in a wheelchair, are you a different person? Like who are we really?
Yeah.
What is our identity? Where does it stem from? Is it who we are in our community? What happens if our community gets wiped out? We move to another side of the world or a different country. What happens to our identity? So it's really hard to in Buddhism they call it the aggregate self, and I forget what the number is. It's like 5 or 7 things that make you yourself. It's like your beliefs, your upbringing, your culture, all these things
Okay.
come together and make yourself. And then if you pull them apart, what's really left. I believe there's an essential core of who we are, but according to Buddhism there isn't. There's just all these conditions that are put on the human organism, which is you, that makes you you. And then when those change, so do you. So it's kind of weird to think of ourselves. We think of our identity as something that's solid, but really it's a fluid state, I think. And it really shocks us when we find something out about ourselves that we maybe sort of ignored or were in denial about or just flat out didn't believe. So basically, I've been using this whole negative divorce thing as a way to be kind of a phoenix, to spring out of the ashes of a really negative situation. I'm glad that my ex and I are going to learn to be friends. But so I've been refocusing a lot of the energy. I used to try my relationship on myself to try to figure myself out and fix up my own life. And this was the latest breakthrough I had, that I have to try to find out more about my ADHD and how it's affecting me and what I can do, the healthiest way that I can control it. And what that means for, my creativity, my writing, my career. My goal is to publish a novel before age 55. The only reason that I set that goal is because, first of all, it's way in the future. And, I just started as a copywriter now, so I want to get my career in order first. But I'm going to go for an MFA in creative writing, and I'm going to try to become, a Stephen King or a Philip K. Dick or something. I want to become a novelist, and I want to publish a novel that I'm really proud of. It doesn't have to be a bestseller or anything, just something I'm really proud of before age 55. The only reason I picked that goal was because Kurt Vonnegut's most of the great American writers published their greatest novel before age 55. So I think I'm giving myself a good amount of time. But I would be afraid if, I took some drug and it made my life better, but like some sort of flowers of Algernon, I kind of see myself slipping away, or I see the advantages that I got from the way I look at the world differently, from the way that I experience the world differently than other people, from the way that I see things differently.
Yeah, but don't you have that perspective? Like, you never forget that perspective.
You think so?
You might change.
Is it a natural thing, or is it actually something that you work on? That's what I want to know. Is it?
No,
I've always thought it was like kind of a natural thing that sprung out of me that was part of who I am.
Sometimes it's just like a chemical imbalance.
Could be.
Like it's like weird shit. Like you're not even. I think you're self-aware enough. You think about that. I think most people that have like a lot of shit going on, like they're not like usually, I don't know,
reflective.
I wouldn't say they're not reflective, but like it's usually like a kid that's in school,
Mm-hmm.
like it's hard for them to really be reflective.
Okay.
But to be, like in the arts, just in general, I think like a lot of artists are reflective.
Right.
And like I think, I know people that'll go on shit and their output kind of does change, but in a way,
That's what I mean.
they're like aware of it enough to know, and it doesn't really affect them. Like, this is what I do. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do it either way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sometimes it throws in a hurdle. Sometimes it doesn't. I can't.
I might have to find like the right dosage that works for me or something. I think I also have an anger issue, but I think the ADHD gives me Makes me difficult from holding myself back certain times. Like I find that sometimes when I'm speaking to someone and I think of something, I get very excited about it and it just comes out. I can't hold it back and wait for the person to stop speaking. And I try not to do it because I think that it's rude. But at the same time, I have a hard time holding myself back. I think that's from the ADHD.
What makes you angry?
I think I have a lot of anger from my childhood, from people that picked on me when I was really young. I think I have a lot of anger from my parents' divorce, from how my mom was really overbearing,
No, but
from
now,
how my dad is.
Like, what made you angry on like a day-to-day basis? That made you
Today's
get
nothing's
angry?
making me angry, but I mean, sometimes traffic, but I kind of just let it go.
That's a big one for me too.
yeah.
I always fucking yell at the other cars all the time.
When I feel like when I get disrespected or when my people are being inconsiderate to me or other people, when people are just duplicitous, lying, or mean to other people, that gets me really mad. If I'm misunderstood, that gets me really mad because I always feel like I have the best of intentions. Sometimes people take it the wrong way, and then they get offended and stuff like that. I hate when people get really easily offended.
I think it's the best policy if nobody gets offended. like nothing.
Mhm.
There's really
But
aside
you get
from
offended by things.
I don't get offended. Like
Mhm.
I don't give it that much thought out of my day.
You were like going on and on last time about how you don't want to say anything bad about veterans and stuff like that.
Well,
like,
yeah, I don't. Why would I fucking talk shit about veterans?
right.
You know, they're whatever their intentions are. They signed up to do a job. They do what they're fucking supposed
They
to
got
do.
screwed by the system, and they keep getting screwed.
A lot of them do. Yeah, that's why I won't talk shit about them. They
Mhm.
fucking put their life on the line to go
Right.
fight for the country. Like I don't
Right.
know.
Do you think it's really for the country though, or you think it's for like some sort of corporate interests and shit like that? That's what I think it's for.
I don't know. I mean, my grandfather was in the fucking Navy. They pulled the
World War II?
The stupid no, in like the 60s. They pulled the
Okay.
fucking the stupid astronauts out of low Earth orbit when they pretended to go to the moon.
A liar.
My grandfather pulled that motherfucker up in his little pod.
Shut up.
No, I don't know, but supposedly he was on some fucking boat. I don't know.
He was on some fucking boat.
Yeah.
My
By the-
grandfather was on the USS
by
North
the
Carolina.
docks.
Ooh, down by the docks. My grandfather was on the USS North Carolina in World War II, which was in the Pacific Campaign. I actually went to visit it down in North Carolina many years ago. It's a beautiful boat. You can see most of it. And it was in a lot of the Pacific Theater. They shelled some islands, the Pacific, where there was really brutal fighting. I think it got hit by a torpedo and kamikaze plane. It shot down about 42 Japanese Zeros. Pretty exciting stuff. And
Yeah.
he lied about his age to go there.
Oh, he was younger than
Yeah,
he
he was originally in the European theater, according to my aunts, and his boat got sank, and then he was sent to the Asian theater. So that's pretty exciting at the age of 17 to the age of whatever 19 or whatever it was. Must have been a few years, but he wanted to get out of Newark, New Jersey, and he grew up in the Depression where they had to follow the train tracks and get the coal so they could heat the house at night and stuff like that. And they put warm potatoes in their pockets when they walk to school to keep their hands warm and all this kind of crazy
Yeah.
stuff back in the day. Now we're all spoiled to death. We forget that that's only 2 generations ago.
Yeah.
We're only 3 generations away from slavery. We haven't dealt as a country with any of our emotional bullshit. And now it's finally fucking boiling over in the fire in the fucking Trump era. Now it's finally fucking coming to a flash
Charles
boil.
Manson was right with Helter Skelter.
No.
That's what my friend keeps saying all
Oh,
the time.
God. Your friend's an idiot.
My friend is a righteous black man.
A righteous black man with a swastika in his head?
No. He just thinks that
Mm-hmm.
Charles Manson was right.
Manson was right. We should cut babies out of famous people.
No, just about that there's going to be like a huge race war.
It's going to be a race war.
I'm scared if that guy's on the other side. I don't want to fight him.
But who's got all the guns in this country? That's who I ask you.
That's a rough trade. I don't know. I mean, I know I know the South has a lot of guns, but
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of guns in Newark too. I think you would be surprised.
I think
pleasantly.
most of the guns are owned by the white people in the countryside. I think
don't
there's
know.
a lot of fucking guns that are owned in a lot of states in this country where you
Dude.
won't see a brown face for a long time. I think that's changing now. But
a lot of people
I
are
think
arming.
it's
I
not
see
exactly
gay
at the
people
typical-
arming themselves
Right,
now, and all
Great,
kinds
everybody's
of
gonna be
people.
armed. That's a
That's the
wonderful
best.
society. Yeah.
Then everybody stays in line because nobody wants to get fucking shot. That's the point.
And
That's
who's
why
the
it's-
guy that survives? The guy that hides under the couch and waits for all those idiots to blow each other away, so nobody's left alive.
No, it's not going to be like that.
You know the story of Masada? The only one who lived was Josephus, and he hid in the closet.
I don't know what that is.
Masada was it's a fortress on the top of a mountainside in Israel, southern
How
Israel.
the fuck would I know about this?
I've been there. It was Herod's temple. So they were fighters in Israel at the time when the Romans invaded. They crucified so many Jewish warriors there wasn't a tree left in Jerusalem at the time.
Jesus.
And these Jewish warriors hold themselves up, the last of them, as the Romans wore them down on the top of Masada. And the Romans for a year built a ramp up to the top of Masada. And the night before they got them, the Jewish warriors decided to all commit suicide. So they killed all the women and children. And then they wrote their names in shards of pottery. And if you got my name, you killed me. If I got your name, I killed you. The last guy killed himself. So when the Romans broke in, the only one who was left alive was Josephus. And the reason why the Jews did this was kind of like a middle finger to the Romans. Fuck you. And so now as part of Jewish pride. But anyway, so Josephus was taken into the emperor. He became the emperor liked him. The only reason we have the story come out is because Josephus was there. So we know what happened, and he became the royal historian. So the cowards are the ones that tell history. The cowards and the winners. But anyway,
Yeah,
I've
like
been
Paul
to the top
Revere,
of the
that guy was a pussy.
He was a prick. But the funny thing is I chaperoned the 8th grade trip to Israel when I worked in a Jewish school, although I'm not of that faith. And so all these spoiled Bergen County girls were walking up the way to Masada, complaining the whole time about how hot it was and how awful it was that we were making them do this. One of the most, historical places in the world.
Oh my god.
So what I told them was there's a Starbucks on top, and when we get up there, everybody's getting Starbucks. And they got so excited, and they ran up there only to find there's no Starbucks on the top of Masada.
Holy
and they were
shit.
so pissed at me. But by that time, all their classmates had heard what I'd done and started razzing the shit out of them. And I was fucking hilarious for me.
They really thought there was a Starbucks
On
up
top
there?
of Masada.
Holy fuck.
There's nothing but ruins, and you can see the desert for miles.
Dude,
On the other side
that's-
is the Dead Sea.
That's
Which
like
I
the
also
most
swam in.
genius thing ever. Yeah, you swam in the Dead Sea.
Yeah, it feels like oil.
Yeah.
If you put your hand and rub your belly under the water, it feels like oil. It feels really thick because
Yeah.
of the salt content.
Viscous.
And if you get up to like your belly in the water, your feet just come up. You have no chance but to float. You're just fucking buoyant. Really weird. But
That's
it's
crazy.
drying up. It's going away.
Yeah, I've seen the videos. Like you just see like all stuff covered in salt.
Right?
Where it
Yeah.
dried up. It's like real fucking.
Fuck
It's no good.
No good.
Why is that? Because of global warming? It's drying up, or
Yes. Well,
why?
like a
Why,
scientist here?
Philip? Yes.
Yeah, it's getting hotter, and
Philip,
so there's
tell
less
me
water.
The answer.
Yeah, and they're probably also selling all kinds of shit out of there too.
Yeah, there's always Dead Sea salt.
Right.
I only make salt out of dead babies. That's offensive.
Dead babies make the best salt.
It's almost time to get out of here, Philip.
Wow. That went fast.
It always does.
It always does.
That's what she said.
Okay. Let's put our pants back on.
Oh!
Just kidding.
You could find me at Paul Mauld on Twitter.
Raving what is that? Raving _ madman at Twitter. I'll probably get a website at some point and pitch it
Yeah,
on
he'll
here.
probably get a website at some point. I'm at paulmauld.com, and you can find me everywhere
Look at you.
that music is sold and films. I've been
Wow.
in films.
Oh, you can find me at Phil Perry the writer on Facebook.
Phil Perry, the writer, on Facebook.
Wow. Nice.
I could do this whole show like Optimus Prime.